Hello. There we go. So here we go, guys. Blackburn v Derby, the season is officially back, and it's what's it called? 1 minute, let me sort that curtain out. It's Matchday 1, Blackburn v Derby, and yeah, let's see how this season starts off. And yeah, so there's some good teams in the Championship yet again. Coventry City, West Bromwich Albion, all good teams. So let's see how we get on tonight. I don't know how to predict this because Derby have just come up, but Blackburn were close to relegation last season. But it's at Ewood Park, 8 o'clock kick-off. So yeah, let's see how it goes. About 13 minutes to kick off. So yeah, 46 game season, which is a long season in the Championship. Will it be a full house? I don't know how many Blackburn actually get, but can't see it. It would be if it was Premier League. Nah, well, there's still some time to go. I can see some empty seats, but got the new kit for Blackburn, a lighter blue, like a sky blue. Let's just see how it goes. I don't know team news yet, but sure it'll come up. Blackburn, I don't know, could they push for promotion? Anything's possible in this league, but I think this league is more difficult than the Premier League in terms of everyone's more or less on the same playing field. Alright, you get the teams that come down that have probably got more money to spend, but other than that, you cannot call it. I know Leicester went straight back up next season, and they're going to have a points deduction this season, so they might be coming straight back down. Apparently it's between 6 to 15 points. Southampton won the playoffs, Ipswich back-to-back promotions. Now they're in the big time, obviously. Burnley, Sheffield United and Luton straight back down, so obviously we'll see how they get on. But obviously Company went to Bayern Munich, and yeah, I can't remember the new Burnley manager. Is it Scott Parker now, isn't it? But yeah, other than I don't know if Luton has still got, what's his name? See, this is the thing, it's been so long since the season ended, I'm struggling to remember. But yeah, we'll see how this game pans out. But what I don't like seeing in football matches is teams that just sit in, they come not to lose. We saw a lot of that in the Euros, where teams were just set up not to get beat, and for me that's not proper football. Like England was a perfect example. Like, they go 1-0 up against Serbia and Denmark. Now, no disrespect to these teams, but England had the best front six in that tournament for me in terms of goals last season, and they just sat back every time they took the lead. Shocking performance. So let's see how this pans out for Blackburn and Derby today. I mean, you would say Blackburn being at home, but probably the favourites. Don't start, and then obviously Derby just coming up, but I think it's going to be a close game because Derby, like I say, just come up with Blackburn, really struggled last season. I don't know if Sammy Schmodix is still there. He scored, I think he was top goal scorer, wasn't he, in the league, but they finished 18th or something. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. Like, if he's still there, to be honest with you. So let's see how this pans out. So Christian, what's your prediction for the Community Shield tomorrow? I mean, obviously Man City are going to be favourites, but Man U beat them in the FA Cup final. I'll just see how we get on tonight. But yeah, I don't know, like, this championship's very difficult because you don't have, like, you know, in the Premier League you kind of know who's going to be in the top 6 or 7, but in this league you just never know. You can say like the people that come down could be favourites, or, but it just, this league is so unpredictable. It's got to be the most unpredictable league in the world. But like I say, Blackburn probably be favourites for this, but Man City penalties tomorrow. Depends though, doesn't it? Because like, obviously, with England and Spain getting to the final, 1 minute. What's it called? Rodri might not feature. Manu, Luke Shaw, I think's a doubt. I've heard. Like he always is. I swear, him and Reece James are constantly injured. It's ridiculous. But yeah, other than them lot, I don't know who will actually play, because Man City got any more Spanish players? Not that I can think of. And then England, Man U got Manu, Shaw who's a doubt, Rashford didn't go anyway. I don't think they've got any Spanish players ever. But that's what I mean, like, maybe a couple of players won't feature in the game, so we'll just have to see what happens in terms of the match. But it's going to be, it's so predictable from the off. Man U are going to have to sit back and soak up pressure like they did in the FA Cup final, and then hopefully hit them on the counter, because they're not good enough to go toe to toe with Man City. They'll get played off the park. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. Are you admin on here? Is that why you got the spanner? Got up to 3 viewers a minute ago. Talk to me. So we've got 6 minutes to kick off. Right, and I'll tell you what, tell me your top 4 for the Premier League. Right, I'll tell you my 2 versions. I'll go with my head and my heart. My heart says Arsenal will win the league. Man City will finish 2nd. Liverpool will finish 3rd. And ooh, I don't know. I'd say it'd be between Villa and Tottenham for 4th. And then my head is saying Man City will win the league, Arsenal will finish 2nd, Liverpool will finish 3rd, and again either Aston Villa or Tottenham for 4th. I just don't think Man United will have a great season again. I think Chelsea have bought, again, they've got too many players. That's my personal opinion. Newcastle, They had that one season, didn't they? They finished 4th, but I can't see it again. No, honestly, I mean, let's be real here. Let's be, what is it? Let's what did he used to say? Let's get some reality here. Chelsea are not going to win the league. They're not going to do that. I don't think they'll get top 4. That's just my personal opinion. But like you say, every season's different. But I just think that it's not even about like the players they've got. Well, it is, but they're just. I don't think there's any good players in that team apart from 1 or 2. Like you look at like your Benmore, Bandy Shields, and your Chalobahs, and your Disasses. These players wouldn't set the world alight at Crystal Palace, in my opinion. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think they're good enough players. Caicedo and Fernandes have been poor. But yeah, that's another topic. Back to the game between Blackburn and Derby. So, yeah. I'm going to go for a Blackburn win here. I just think they'll win. But other than that, if you're in the chat, let me know your predictions. I'll go for a 2-1 Blackburn win. That's what I'm going to go for. I think. That's my prediction anyway. Honestly, something telling me someone else, Man City chart. Yeah, but who? Who is gonna win the league other than... It could be... I mean, if you don't say Man City or Arsenal, it's got to be Liverpool, isn't it? That's the one team. I don't think Chelsea and Tottenham and Man United are good enough. No, I'm not worried about Chelsea. That's what I'm saying, but I'm just saying in layman's terms that I don't think Chelsea have got a good enough team. And I don't think it would matter what manager you had either, because like, it all goes back to what I was saying last season. Although, I mean, I don't know why he got rid of Pochettino, to be honest, because he did well at the end. He got 6 wins in a row, and he was building something. But I just don't... It's like I said to you before about a brand of football. Like, Man City have a brand of football. Arsenal have a brand of football. Liverpool have a brand of football. But everyone else, you don't... They have a brand, but it's not consistent. That's the problem. That's all I'll say on the subject anyway. But other than that, yeah. That's my thing over on the Premier League. So the teams are just about to walk out here at Ewood Park. Schmodik's still there? Is that him? Yeah, so Blackburn in blue and white shirt tops, and Derby County in orange and dark blue. Do you remember that season when Derby was in the Premier League and they got 11 points? That's mental. And I still remember watching the... Yeah, but cup football's cup football. It's like I have Man United fans banging on about winning the FA Cup, but it's 6 matches. It's not a sprint. I mean, it's a sprint, not a marathon. A marathon is 38 games. That's the problem, and it's like you say, oh, you haven't won anything. No, we haven't, but we've been in and around it. And yeah, you could say the cups are cups. You need a bit of luck in cup football. And when we got Liverpool in the 3rd round, which was a bit of Achilles heel, but we should have beat Liverpool. We had the chances, we just didn't put them away, and then they just took them. That was the difference in the second half. But then we played them at home in the league and we beat them. But it's just the way it is sometimes. Man, you have what? I can't read that because I got the fucking art in it. But yeah, other than yeah, I know, but the thing is in football now as well, and this is the problem, because you have certain players that come for so much money and don't live up to the hype. But the problem with that was teams like Man City, teams like Chelsea even, paying so much for players. What, Man, you have a point with what? What do Man United have a point with? But yeah, like, just about to kick off here. But yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. The inflation of players now is ridiculous. And a lot of them don't live up to the price tag. It's like I saw a video on Declan Rice and someone said after the Euros, how is he world class? And I remember commenting, and I didn't put it all, but I said, look, he's world class for Arsenal. Yeah, I know they did, but again, it's a sprint, not a marathon. You know what I mean? They should have been out against Coventry. Let's not beat about the bush. It was onside, but that's a different story. But at the end of the day, yeah, they won the FA Cup, but they were nowhere near a title challenge. Do you get what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's what would I rather be, win a Premier League or win an FA Cup? I know we didn't win it, but we was right in amongst it. Cups, it's like I said to you before, the League Cup is nothing. It's just, you play your youngsters. If you get to the semis, you start taking it seriously when you're the bigger teams. But we beat Man City. We beat Man City and drew to it. We didn't lose a game to the so-called Big Six last season. And then like Arsenal and Blackburn on the attack, whipped in, clear. But we won 16 out of 18 games after New Year, and it still wasn't enough. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, it's like, cups are cups. Right, and then Blackburn have a free kick. About 35 yards out on the right hand side. It's whipped in. It's cleared for a goal kick. Oh, I thought it went out for a corner. But yeah, yeah, he gets a head on it. It goes out for a corner. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but if you was to say what would you rather do, win the Premier League or the FA Cup, well, it's obvious, isn't it? Well, anyway, Blackburn have started this game rather well. They come down the left. Looks quite Derby got a few men back. Blackburn go back to the centre back near the halfway line, passes to the other centre back. It's blocked and it will be a Blackburn throw in. But yeah, I don't like what they've done with the fixtures from tomorrow. It's fucked everything up. I mean, the betting wise, it's a joke, because it's like I ain't gonna do it, but I ain't having 3 separate bets. You can fuck right off. Why on Derby playing it forward? Is that not on the wing? Don't even bring the Conference League into it. My God. Oh, hang on. Oh, flicked on, but saved by the keeper. I'm not. Like, you know my thoughts on the Conference League. I don't even think we should have a team in it. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know why they made another competition. I mean, what are they going to do? Make another one? It's just stupid. Or everyone gets a place in Europe, but if you're going to do that, you might as well just give the smaller countries a place in the Champions League or the Europa League, because it is just absolutely stupid. I mean, no disrespect, but I've seen the teams in that competition, and I know a lot about football, and I've never even heard of these teams. That's how low we're going here. When you got like Latvian teams, I mean, no disrespect, but come on now, it's like, I get that they want to go in Europe. But the one thing I do agree with now is no dropping out of the Europa League or the Champions League. It should never have been like that anyway. Oh, it's a good ball. Oh. It was easier to score than miss there. Was he onside as well? Great ball played down the right. Was he onside? Yes, he was. Maybe should have done better. He had to take it quick. Yeah, but it's not though, is it? It's not the same level of thinger. Like, it's like if you was to like, alright, so you say the Premier League and the Champions, right? The Champions League's the creme de la creme. That is the one where you've got to beat all the best teams in Europe, and you've got to do it. Premier League is next, FA Cup's after that, I'd say the EFL Cup's after that. Alright, maybe if you're only in the Europa League. The only good thing about the Europa League is you get into the Champions League. That's the only good thing. If Chelsea won the league, or if they won the league and they play great football, there's nothing I can really do. But I just don't at this minute in time. But the only thing I would say is, like I told you the other day, when your Conference League games come up, you can afford, because your squad's so big, you can afford to just play a completely different 11 and still win comfortably. You should be topping that 36-man table or whatever it is. But you can keep your Palmers, your Caicedos, your Fernandes, your so-called better players. You don't even have to have them on the bench. Just stick a load of kids on. But that is the only advantage you will have against like Man City and Arsenal and Liverpool, because we've got to play our best team midweek and at the weekend. Do you get what I mean? But, and then saying that, was you in Europe last season? I can't remember. You weren't in the Champions League. I don't think you were in Europe. Or was you? No, you wasn't. But then I'd look at that and go, hang on a minute. They weren't in Europe last season, and they still only finished 6th. So there's two sides to the coin. But like I said, I just don't think the quality. It's like I said to you earlier, the quality of that Chelsea team in that generation, well, most generations since like 2003, like none of these players will get sniffing them teams. And like, and that's just like how it is now. The owners are clueless. They just go out and buy anyone. And like, obviously, I've heard of players. I've played Football Manager. Well, I don't play FIFA, but I know like the best players on the game because of Harley. But these players you're buying, and it's like you said, you're buying for potential, but sometimes potential just ain't enough. Alright, so like, you do get your odd gems like Cole Palmer, for instance, who you took a chance on and worked out, but then what you got to remember with him is most of his goals were penalties. So I'm not slagging the guy off, but probably half of his goals were penalties. So is it that impressive? When you look at it, it's not like he scored 22 goals from open play. But he is your best player at the minute. And that's just how it is at the moment. But I look around that team, and Nkunku, Jackson, young players, but I can't. You don't look at it and go, "Ooh." It's like what we were saying earlier when you were going, I'd have Nkunku over Havertz. I said I wouldn't even have him over Jesus. I would struggle to have him over Nketiah. That's how thingy I am about it. Because when he has played, he's not done anything. No, but it's not arrogance, is it? It's just a lot of his goals were penalties. And yeah, he did well to score them, but you know what I mean? It's like, oh, you fucker, that was a bad challenge. There's the other card. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But can he hit them heights again this season? That's what I'm saying to you. You say, oh, like, and that's a good like thing, because you said to me, oh, yeah, based on last season, but you said to me, because like, let's face it, 2 seasons ago, before this one that's about to start, Arsenal were nowhere near. It was a surprise title challenge. It was. And then I think we had a conversation saying, can Arsenal do it again? And we did do it again. Yes, we didn't win the league, but we played well again, and we got even more points. We got 89 points, and yeah, it wasn't enough in the end. But I think personally, we before Christmas did us. Alright, we lost to Aston Villa, but like I said, only losing and drawing 1 game from 18, and you still can't win the league. That just shows what you're up against. I'm sorry, but it's like that video I showed you. Man City are just, last season I think we were the only team to take a point off them in the last 3 or 4 months of the season. That's what you're up against. And like you're saying, can Chelsea win? I just can't see any other team. I mean, we nearly did it. We had 16 out of 18 like wins. I can't see any other team being that consistent. That's why if Arsenal can't do it again, Man City will win the league. No, but Ben White's consistent, mate. I don't care what you say. He fucking scored a brace against you lot. You know what I mean? They were laughing on the second one because he bogged it and it still went in. I'm sorry, but Reece James this, Reece James that, he's fucking always injured. It's alright saying, oh, he's got potential, but you're never going to see it. And it's like you said, being a Chelsea fan, you give him a season. If he's injured off it again, just sell him. And you're like, oh, Real Madrid want him, but he'll probably be injured all the time there as well. Alright, here comes Derby. But that's what I'm saying to you. Like it or not, I mean, you can say what you want about Arsenal, but we have got a fantastic squad now. Fantastic. And I'm sorry, every position, like, and it's like I said to you earlier, what Chelsea player gets in that Arsenal team? You could say Palmer, but that's only on goals and penalties. Is he better than Odegaard? Is he really? Do you get what I mean? Odegaard's still a quality player, but yeah, you could probably stick Palmer in there. No, but they even said it on Thingy, like, you are up against a machine in Man City. I'm sorry, but I don't know how you lot can sit there and go, oh, you bottled it, when At the end of the day, we went toe to toe with them twice. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for Arsenal, we would, Man City would walk the Premier League the last 2 seasons. But again, we'll see what happens. But it's like I said to you, I just think it's unfortunate that this Arsenal team exists in this this moment, because if it wasn't for Man City, this Arsenal team would have 2 titles now. Derby, corner. And that's the truth. When you got Haaland, not last season, scoring 36 goals, it's ridiculous. That's the difference. Like, and I don't know how anyone can turn around and say, oh, well, oh, you bottled it, when literally no one else is good enough to put up a fight. No, I ain't going to deny it, but no, all I'll say on the subject now is, like Man City always go on these runs, don't they, from like February time, where they win every single game, or they'll draw one, but they'll win the rest. And not only have you got to be around them to catch them, but you've got to win every game, every single game to win the league at that point. Now, all I'm saying is I can't see Man City, Man U, Tottenham, Chelsea, Villa, Newcastle, Liverpool, Arsenal. Like I say, Arsenal nearly did it, but we didn't. And I can't see any team being consistent enough to do that. That's what I'm saying to you. That's why Man City will always win the league, because you have to be ridiculous now. It's like even that season, and then that's a good point as well. That season where Liverpool got 97 points and didn't win the league is a perfect example. They were perfect, but because they dropped points at some point, they couldn't win the league. That's what I'm on about. Man City have had 100 points before now as well. How many thingy that? That's 14 drops all season. Yeah, well, I just think we do play good football now, and people don't like to admit it. And then, like I say, people say, oh, you've won nothing, but we are against the best team that's probably ever been seen in the Premier League. And it's as simple as that when you look at consistency. It is. Yeah, but that was before now. But we'll see, won't we? Like I say. But like I said, we're the only real competitors to Manchester City at the minute. Yeah, well, we'll see. Oh my God, what? What? What you got an oh my God for? Alright, get back to the game, man. Chesterfield are winning 1-0 against Swindon. Two minutes played, Blackburn 0, Derby 0. Well, no, well, it's a consistent basis though, isn't it? Like, and last season proved it. If we'd have lost to Villa and then lost 2 more games, it would have been done in like at the beginning of April. Hang on. Oh, it's 1-0 Blackburn. Goal in the 19th minute. But yeah, like I say, Man City are known for these runs where they just pick up points, and you. I'm not saying it's impossible, you can't win the league, but you have to be perfect. Mikel Arteta came out and said, we have to get 114 points. That's the level it's at now. We have to be perfect, more or less, to win the league. We have to try and win every single game, because that way you're guaranteed to win it. I'm sorry, call Arteta what you want, but call Arteta what you want, but Arteta's fucking done an amazing job. When you think of the stature of the club of Arsenal, and like, alright, Lampard went Chelsea, it went tits up. Gerrard went Villa, it went tits up. But he's come in and he's stamped his mark on the team. He's made it his team. And he's only like 46. Well, he's one of the youngest managers there is. But to take on a club like Arsenal and do what he's done, you know what I mean, actually fight it out with Pep Guardiola, you know what I mean? Tari's Dolan. 1-0. You know it's a piss take, Christian. All 4 games tonight have already got a goal. Not saying that'll come in, but mind you, the odds would have been shit on a 4-fold. You know what I mean? 21 minutes played. Blackburn 1, Derby 0. Torres stolen, 19th minute. I'm not arguing about it anymore. If it makes you feel better saying to me. Yeah, I know, but I'll say one more thing. What have Chelsea won in the last 2 years? Oh, but we've won the Champions League. But you're not even in it anymore. That's what I'm saying. But, like I said, your team was completely ripped apart from the fucking, like, seams. Like, that team you had when you won the Champions League was good. Kante, fucking Jorginho, corner Derby. But they ripped it out completely. Rudiger went, fucking everyone left. And it's like, your team was half decent then. But now it's fucking shite. And I'm not being thingy. That's just fucking the reality of it. And you know as well as I do that this Chelsea team is nowhere near any of the past Chelsea teams of the last 20 years. Nowhere near. How can it be called class when you bought everything? Ashley Cole being tapped up. You know what I mean? Fucking hell, class and Chelsea in the same word. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Derby goal kick, launch forward. I don't know, man. But like I say, like, it's your owners that have screwed you. That is the bottom line of it. Your owners are useless now. And we said this would not have happened under Abramovich. No way. You'd still be fighting for league titles, being in a title challenge, definitely. When you think of the players that left, like Pulisic, Ziyech, I mean, fucking Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, it was literally a whole new 11. And they've gone out and done it again this season. I mean, what you got now? 40 odd players. Good luck getting them all in the 25. And the thing is, out of them 40 odd players, only like 3 or 4 are decent. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You haven't got a great goalkeeper anymore. I'm not trashing your team, I'm just saying it how it is. And I'm sorry, but you've got to agree with me. I'm sorry, there has to be some... You go through that Chelsea 11, and I'm sorry, but... Petrovic and Sanchez. Sanchez came from Brighton. Cucurella had a good tournament with Spain, but he's not... Underdog. Yeah, but Cucurella, he's not going to set the world alight in the Premier League. Ben Chilwell, another one, always injured. Buddy Shield, that Oberauer, they're just average players. Reece James, you know my thoughts on him. Maybe a good player in there, but he's always injured. Gusto looks decent, I'll give you that. Casado and Fernandes not lived up to the price tag. Dewsbury Hall will even get a game. Cole Palmer, yes, he's a good player, but like I said, a lot of them were spot kicks. And Nkunku always injured. Jackson, another one. Sterling, even you agree with me on that. Yeah, but with these owners, I don't think you will. I think it will take it could take 10 years. Honestly, it could. And you know, and you should know well better than anybody, with me being an Arsenal fan, how long it can take. Because we were never, like, you've got to remember, when we won the Premier League invincible, it's like 21 seasons ago. Yes, we won the FA Cup the season after, but we sold all our best players, kind of like what you've done now, and we were going to Stoke and getting bullied, and do you get what I mean? And I'm sorry, but that can happen in the football game. In the game of football, it can happen, because you can't just think, oh, we've won the Champions League in 2021, we'll be back. Trust me, it could take years. Arsenal were a banter club. We didn't win a trophy for 9 years. 9. And then, what's it called? It's like, someone made a good point at work. They said football has cycles. Like, Man U dominated for years. Now, they are a shadow of the former selves. And then, like, Man City had dominated for years, but you don't know what's going to happen with these charges. Maybe if they got relegated, Arsenal would dominate for a few years, and then it'd be someone else's turn. No, I've not been unbearable. I'm just saying, in layman's terms, Arsenal play good football now. Whether they can win the league remains to be seen, but we've gone very close in the last 2 seasons. And all I'm saying about Chelsea is, Chelsea, the owners have ruined the club, and it's as simple as that. Because I don't think there's any strategy in, oh, we'll buy him because he might do this for us. I just think it's a load of players thrown together. That's what I'm saying about Chelsea. Whereas Arsenal, it's Eddie will sit down with Arteta and go, right, who can we bring in to make this group a bit stronger? Because we don't go out and buy 11 players every transfer window. We go and buy 1 or 2 because the squad's there. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You don't know who your squad is. Does Enzo Maresca know who he's going to pick against Man City? That's what I'm saying. Whereas Arteta, it's bread and butter really, isn't it? Yeah, well, that is unfortunate what the Russian... No, Putin ruined the club, not the government. But that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, like... what's it called? Like, people will sit down... Like Arsenal is a perfect example. I'm not just saying it because it's Arsenal, but... Yeah, I said that you would still be there because it wouldn't have been allowed to happen. Because he knew who he wanted. He'd sit down, he loved the club because he would sit there and go, oh, this player looks decent, maybe he can do this. And you know that through the years he was there, like the 18, 19 years he was there. He knew, like, who he wanted, and he could attract the best players. But that's what I'm saying. Look at Arsenal for an example. We don't need to buy 5 or 6 players because we know the squad is there. It's just like depth now. There's a debate of a striker. There's all sorts of stuff, but they're based like. You look at that team. If it was me personally, I'd say right. We need another right winger. Go and get that Marino bloke. The striker's a debatable one because we score a lot of goals anyway. And like I said to you, it could go the other way. Like if we got someone like Osman, like would it thingy the team? But this is what I'm saying to you, like it's just one of them where I don't know, but that's what I mean. It's like Man City as well, Liverpool to an extent. They know their 11. Whereas I don't think Chelsea do. It's like you're a Chelsea fan. If I told you to pick an 11, could you do it? Where you think, right, this is what I'm going to pick. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about it. And the style of play as well. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's good. Blackburn 1-0 up and 28 minutes gone. Played forward, flicked out for a throw in. So yeah, 1-0 Blackburn. Derby have had a couple of chances though. Good play there. This player looks good. This who scored again? Oh, that's good play. Breaks into the midfield. Good ball. Oh, it's a poor touch. Derby clear. It goes out to a Blackburn player. Played forward, and it is a Blackburn throw-in. Two-0 Mansfield against Barnsley. I swear that's already come up. But ain't Mansfield just gone up? Be a great result if we can hold on to that, because Barnsley are like one of the bigger teams, isn't they, in League One? 2-0 Mansfield. Ooh. Half hour about gone here. Blackburn 1, Derby now. One minute. What is this going on? So yeah, coming up to half an hour mark. 1-0 Blackburn. Played forward, no one there, is that? No. Derby on the ball. Sheffield play Wednesday, we play them at 4 o'clock on Sunday. Whipped in. Oh. Can he prevent the corner? Oh, he's won it. Has he won? No, he hasn't won it back. Oh, he slipped when he cleared it. Oh, it's a dodgy clearance by Black there. Poor touch on Derby though. Blackburn win a free kick. It's good to have the season back. There we go. "36 minutes gone." That was way behind. Still Blackburn 1, Derby 0. Derby trying to push forward. One minute.